Hi, and welcome to this edition of Belen Wolverines basketball. Today we got the Belen Wolverines facing off against the Columbus Explorers here at the Watsco Center. I'm Andres Fernero, and to my side,
I'm Alfredo Diaz.
Today we're going to be doing a commentary, and it's a very important game. We always have this rivalry game at the Watsco Center. A very special game, in fact. The Wolverines this year in varsity basketball, honestly, to me, have been very surprising. Going with more of a small ballish lineup, they don't have a lot of people above 6 foot, but when they do, they use them to their advantage. Any key players you think are for the Wolverines?
I think especially the Fernandez brothers are going to be the key to this game. Their ability to play offense and handle the ball, as long as as well as their ability to play defense, and their ability to defend bigs, is it's incredibly good for someone of their stature.
Yeah, especially, and we also got Josh Cole, the big man down low, and Danny Del Riesgo from the bench, contributing for the Wolverines a big time. For the Explorers, looking at the roster alone, you can already see that they have a big size advantage. I just crossed out multiple players above here. We got players 6'6", 6'4", 6'4", 6'5", 6'5". I mean, the big challenge here for Belen is just facing them down low and trying to stop the centers from getting a big advantage.
Definitely, and also another challenge when playing Columbus is offensive boards, because when Columbus misses shots, they tend to get rebounds and get second chance opportunities that Belen's gonna have to shut that down quick if they wanna be able to maintain a lead in the game.
Definitely.
To make the necessary sacrifices on behalf of their teams, their school, and their faith. Grant our players the ability to compete with all of their strength and skill. Regardless of the results, may each of them learn something from tonight's game that makes them better men. We pray for the coaches. May they draw forth what is best for each and all of our players. Bless our families, for they are the source of our joy and our strength. And finally, bless the fans gathered here, that they may enjoy this game with a pride for their school that never forgets integrity. We ask this all in the name of Jesus, who is Lord, forever and ever. Amen. St. Marshall and Champagne. Arlette Belen.
Please remain standing and join with our student athletes, coaches, and officials in honoring America and celebrating its freedom and those who protect it. Let us rise as one nation and one people for the playing of our national anthem.
And here we go, Belen's starting lineup. Number 32, Joshua Sokol. Number 30, David Fernandez. Number 10, Danny Fernandez. Number 12, Thomas Puente. And number 3, Diego Segurola. Same starting lineup we saw in Riviera Prep. Should be an interesting matchup here for Columbus today. Tip-off is underway with Belen winning the tip-off. Tomas Puente at the half court, dribbling the ball, sizing up his defender. Passes it to Joshua Cole at the wing. Passes it to Diego Segurola. On to Thomas Puente in the paint. Joshua Cole driving in.
And that's going to be a charging foul against Sokol. It will be Columbus basketball.
Number 20 for Columbus, Alex Perez. This is up to number 34, Hubertus. Brandon Golden with the ball, passes it 21. No score, Segurola with the rebound. Passes it to David Fernandez, driving up the court now. Dribbling up in the wing, got top of the key. Passes it in the corner. Back to Fernandez. Takes the screen, driving in. Passes out to his brother, and it's Belen ball.
The Wolverines retain possession here, inbounding the ball near half court.
Dave Fernandez with the ball, getting the play from Chachi.
He dribbles left, then back around right.
Takes the screen for Sokol, passes to Segurola at the top of the key. On the wing, passes it to Danny Fernandez in the corner. Passes it back to Puente on the wing. Sizes up the defender, crosses his ankles over. Danny Fernandez on the wing, drives in, gets the ball stolen from him. Number 2 for Columbus, drives up the court, fakes the shot, passes it to 21 in the paint. Driving in now, kick out to number 10, and it's an and one for Columbus. Number 10.
Golden will be at the line now.
First points of the game is an and one for Columbus.
The foul is on number 32, Josh Sequel.
And he misses the free throw attempt, rebound by David Fernandez. Taking it up the court, takes the screen from Sokol, bounces back to the wing, takes the shot.
For 3, and he off the back.
Rebound Segurola. Danny Fernandez now for 3. That's in. First points for Belen. Number 34 at the top of the wing. Passes out to 21 in the corner for 3. No good. Thomas Puente with the rebound.
Gives it out to Fernandez, dribbling down the right wing.
Passing out to his brother, Danny Fernandez. Passes out to his other brother, David Fernandez. In the corner. Nice little shimmy. Driving in the wing. Oh, nice crossover. Tries to take a fadeaway. Passes it out and gets stolen by Columbus. Driving up the court now. And they get the easy 2.
That's Jordan Jackson with the bucket there.
Tomas Puente taking it up for Belen. Driving it up inside. Gets blocked on the way up. Incredible block by Columbus, but incredible effort by Puente driving in. And in for Josh Sokol is Danny Del Riesgo. Passed in to Del Riesgo and gets fouled on the way up. He's going to take 2 free throws at the stripe.
On the Explorers, number 10, Brandon Golden is first. Teams first on the line, Daniel Del Riesgo. 2 shots.
Makes the first free throw.
with a lane violation on Daniel Fernandez. So the second free throw will be negated by it.
All the while, the game is tied at 4 with 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter of action. Columbus now at the wing.
Jackson with the ball. Passes
Passing
on the side
on
of the court.
Columbus driving it in now, and it's no good off the side. Danny Fernandez now taking it up for Belen, passes it to his brother David Fernandez. In the corner now, Thomas Puente. Trying to drive inside. Passing it out to Danny Fernandez for another 3, but it won't go. Rebounds to Cole. Segarola, sorry, but it's rebounded by Columbus. Drive in, floater, good for Columbus, number 20. David Fernandez now with the ball. Giving it up to Danny Fernandez. Now up to Thomas Puente. Pass out to David Fernandez on the wing. Taking a screen by Del Riesgo. Nice little shimmy. To Del Riesgo in the paint. Driving in. Takes the layup and it's no good. Rebound by Columbus. Taking it up court. Now into the wing, into the paint. Shots up. No good.
Fernandez now will be dribbling up the court again. While Chachi is trying to calm down his team that's already turned the ball over twice and has been blocked once.
Trying to get the right play in here for Belen. Pass out to Danny Fernandez out in the corner to Segarola on the top of the key. Back to Danny Fernandez. Inside to David Fernandez for the easy 2. Won't go.
Luis dribbling down the court for Columbus.
Out in the corner for 3. And it's good. Columbus
That would
with
be
a hot start here.
Pivorius hit that one. Extends Columbus lead to 5.
David Fernandez with the ball. Sizing up his defender. Gets a screen.
And a foul called.
Subbing in the game is Mario Cobo for Segarola. Inbounding is Danny Fernandez to his brother David Fernandez. He's driving in the paint. Passes out to Puente. Out to Cobo for 3. No good. And rebounded by Del Riesgo. What? Oh, easy
Segarola
three-pointer for
for
Puente.
3.
No good when Columbus gets the rebound.
Jackson driving the court with an up and under layup.
Amazing
And it's good.
layup for Columbus. So far, no offense here for Belen. Only getting 4 points here in the first quarter. They need to get momentum going. Out to Cobo at half court. Gives it to Danny Fernandez now, taking it into the corner. Tipped by Columbus out of bounds, Wolverines ball.
Wolverines retain possession. And we have a timeout.
And the first time out of the game for the Wolverines.
Wolverines, it's a 30-second timeout.
Now, interesting first quarter here as we see that Belen's down 11-4. Hot start by Columbus. What do you think so far?
Well, I think Belen defensively has actually done a pretty good job at limiting Columbus's possessions. Columbus has been scoring north of 70 points a game, while Belen has been averaging a little bit more than 50 points a game. So that's a battle that I want to continue to watch throughout the game. This timeout is really to calm all the jitters that the players had going into this game. A couple turnovers so far have led to Columbus points, but this deficit that they're facing is nothing that they can't overcome.
Definitely. The offense needs to get hot here if they want to keep this game close. And that's the one thing that Belen does do is that they have great offense and great defense. Let's just see if they can climb back here in the end of the first quarter. Inbound to David Fernandez for the Wolverines. Passes out to Cobo at the wing. Thomas Puente at the wing. Inside to Del Riesgo. And confusion there by the Wolverines. Rebounded by the Explorers. Number 10 on the wing. Fakes it. Takes the 3 himself and makes it. lead extends now to 14-4 for the Explorers. Wolverines need to pick it up as Coble takes the ball, passing it out to Thomas Puente in the wing. Trying to find an open player. David Fernandez now, driving in, takes a step back, takes the 2. It's good. David Fernandez with his first points in the game. As Columbus now, taking it out to the wing, number 34, passing it to number 20. Back to 34. Inside to number 21. Nice shimmy. Inside for the layup, and they call
a blocking foul on Del Riesgo. That'll be his first of the game.
They're going to take 2 free throws here.
Daniel Del Riesgo is first. On the line, number 21, R.J. Luis.
R.J. Luis at the line, number 21 for the Explorers. This will be his first points in the game so far.
Luis will shoot 2 shots.
Senior section getting riled up here. Luis misses the first free throw. In comes the second captain of the team for the Wolverines, Nick Rodriguez, number 5. In for Thomas Puente, number 12. Second free throw up for Luis, and it's good.
David Fernandez with the ball, dribbling up the court on the right side.
Giving it to Cobo. Now taking it up the wing. Looking for an open player. Passing it out to Del Riesgo. Had a man inside. Gave it up to David Fernandez in the corner. Trying to take it in. Danny Fernandez now. Trying to make something of this drive. Takes it in for the 2. No good. Columbus now with the ball. Number 21, R.J. Lewis. And he is fouled on the way in.
That's number 10, Daniel Fernandez.
That's his first personal, 4th team foul.
And Columbus will be inbounding the ball near half court.
Out to number 1 in the backcourt. Now with number 20 at half court. 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. They're just going to run out the clock. Number 20 now. Gives it up to number 34 at the wing. Takes it inside. Loses the ball.
Del Riesgo gives it out to Rodriguez. To Fernandez for 3.
Won't go.
And that's the end of the first quarter of play. With the score, the Explorers 15, the Wolverines 6.
Now here at the end of the first quarter, 15-6 lead by Columbus. This is not the way that Belen wanted it to go.
No, it certainly isn't. Columbus has been on fire from 3, making more than half their attempts. And all 8 losses that they have this season, they've shot 35% or worse from 3-point. So that's going to be a good, big key of the game that Chachi's going to have to stress to the players now.
Definitely. Belen couldn't get its starters going. They couldn't get any good shots in. They couldn't find any open players. They seem to be struggling on offense. Their scheme seems not to be working. David Fernandez taking a couple of shots, not making most of them. Danny Fernandez, his brother as well, trying to get into the rhythm. And also Del Riesgo and Seth Cole on the inside, they're not getting the game going. It seems to be that Columbus is just taking advantage inside and trying to get in their heads early on.
Yeah, so Columbus is playing a 2-3 zone right now, which is basically locking out all of Belen's bigs in the middle, and they're attacking on the perimeter, and they're forcing turnovers. They had almost half their points are off of turnovers, so Columbus right now is on a roll offensively and defensively.
Big thing in basketball games is you want to have the momentum, and if you have the momentum, you can win the game. So far, Columbus right now has all the momentum in the world. Heading in now into the second quarter. Number 20 at midcourt passes to 21 in the wing. Columbus just passing the ball around. Number 34 takes a long three.
Pavorius misses.
And it's an out of bounds by Columbus. Belen will take the ball.
Daniel Fernandez will now inbound to his brother, David Fernandez, who's dribbling up the court yet again.
David Fernandez now taking it up for Belen. Oh, makes a move on him. Takes it inside for the layup, and he gets the foul. That's the one thing that David Fernandez can do for this offense. He can make those moves, and he can get inside really easily.
Is second on the line, number 30, David Fernandez.
His first set of free throws this game. This is the first.
And although he's only 5'10", he feels like he plays a lot bigger than his height in the paint. He's able to get a lot of shots off on guys that are nearly a foot taller than him now.
Yeah, definitely. David Fernandez is not someone to mess with his height. And he misses both of his free throws. And a floater there by number 1 for the Columbus Explorers goes in.
David Fernandez now dribbling up the right wing. Gets a pick from Del Riesco.
Now David Fernandez passes up to Coble for 3. No good. Nothing for the Wolverines now for the offense. As Columbus is trying to take advantage, takes it inside, no good. Rebound and a foul on the way up.
It's RJ Luis that's going to be shooting 2 free throws now.
Foul number 33, Daniel Del Riesco. His second personal.
It's the second foul on Del Riesco.
Misses the first. RJ Lewis is 1 for 3 now at the free throw line. David Fernandez now taking it up for Belen. 18-6. They need to cut this lead down.
Fernandez
Decided
had
to
a
take a 3,
shot.
passes it up to Danny. Now Del Riesco inside. Out to David Fernandez again. Looking for a good shot. Gets the floater, and it's no good. In and out. And more frustrations for this Wolverines offense as now the Explorers take over. We're 33 inside. Passing it out into wing. Now taking the 3, number 20, Brick.
That is Alex Perez, one of the team captains for Columbus.
Danny Fernandez now taking it up court.
Fernandez
Trying to get
dribbles
something
left.
going for this offense. Danny Del Riesco for 3, air ball. But a rebound for Belen, and it seems like it is
Columbus basketball.
Substitution for the Wolverines. Tomas Fuente checks in, replacing Daniel Del Riesco.
Now this is an interesting substitution for Belen. They're now trying to go even smaller in the lineups. As the Wolverines take a timeout.
So Belen's had trouble being able to run with the bigs like Columbus has, as they're extremely mobile for their size. So I think they're going to go smaller here to try to get continue to use substitutions to keep their guys well conditioned. And they really need to be able to run with them off of those turnovers that Columbus is forcing.
Yeah, Belen's now going with an even smaller lineup, which is interesting. They take out Danny Del Riesco, Joshua Sokol, and the biggest guy in there right now is Mario Cobo, who is a forward for Belen. So now it seems like as if Belen's trying to get into a small ballish lineup, trying to get to the perimeter, trying to get more threes off, and trying to get more points on the board for Belen, as now they're down double digits in the middle of the second. As we see Columbus taking the ball up the court. Now they're taking an aggressive defensive turn and a foul by David Fernandez.
Wolverines number 30, David Fernandez is first. Team's sixth.
It's RJ Luis in the paint, backing him down, and the 2 is good.
As now Belen takes it. Nick Rodriguez for three. Misses it. Rebound by Mario Coble. And a foul by Columbus.
It's going to be a number 21, RJ Luis.
The Explorers, number 21, RJ Luis.
Interesting look there by Nick Rodriguez, taking a three-pointer. Knowing they're down by 14, they need to get some points on the board here if they want to keep in this game.
And it doesn't have to be a three. They don't have to stress to get the three-pointer off. Any basket on the board is good for them right now.
David Fernandez now driving inside, takes a floater, and it's good. Impressive shot by David Fernandez. As he has 4 points in the game on many field goal attempts. As we see Columbus now passing it around. Number 20 on the wing for Columbus, passing it out to the corner. And an offensive foul on the Explorers.
Offensive foul on number 33, Elijah Roberts, his first. Team's fifth.
As we see David Fernandez now taking it up for Belen. Passes it up to Thomas Puente, now driving inside, passing it out to David Fernandez. They have Thomas Puente. David Fernandez now taking it inside.
And he's
Gets
blocked
it blocked.
by number 1 on Columbus, Middleton. Belen retains possession on their Columbus's baseline.
Now Danny Fernandez passing it in for Belen. As we see him, David Fernandez now in the corner. And a foul, apparently on the Explorers, number 2.
It's an off-ball foul on Justin Jackson.
Two free throws here for.
On the line is number 10, Daniel Fernandez. Correction.
Never mind, they're going
We will not
to
be
inbound it.
shooting. It is side out.
Well, it was an off-ball foul, not a shooting foul.
Yeah.
And Belen is not in the bonus yet, so they made the correction, though. Daniel Fernandez almost had the ball stolen from him, gives it to his brother David Fernandez.
Who's now sizing up, gets the screen for Cole. Driving in, passing it out to his brother Danny Fernandez for 3, and it's good.
And RJ Lewis on the inbound decided to go off the back of David Fernandez.
Oh, tip by Danny Fernandez. Oh, what a behind the back move. Takes it up.
No good.
Rebound by Thomas Puente. Out in the corner now, driving in, passing it out to David Fernandez. Danny Fernandez now taking it in for the Wolverines. Moves on him. Sokol for the 2. No good. Rebound by the Explorers.
That's
RJ Lewis up for 2, and it's good. Thomas Puente now with the ball for the Wolverines. Driving it in, trying to get a foul, and he does. Wolverines now picking up speed defensively and offensively.
On number 2, Jordan Jackson, his second. Team's 7th. On the line is number 12, Tomas Puente.
Thomas Puente misses the first free throw.
Substitution.
Belen's free throw shooting percentage today has been less than acceptable. They've missed their last 3 attempts.
They missed a lot of attempts this game as Thomas Puente takes his second, and it's good. First point of the game for Thomas Puente. As now we see a full court press by Belen. Columbus now driving it up, seeing an open man in the corner, shooting for 3, and it's good. Number 22 for the Explorers.
Number 22, DJ Courtney.
As now we see David Fernandez at the half court, sizing up his defender, taking it inside. Loses the ball for a moment there, grabs it. Sizing up number 33 of Columbus, gives it into Sokol, inside. And he gets it to go. What a tough shot for Josh Sokol.
In between 4 defenders there.
His first points of the game after a tough shot there. Passing it in for Columbus, number 33. Gets it to go.
David Fernandez taking the ball up now for the Wolverines. Gives it to Thomas Puente.
Thomas Puente now taking it up for the Wolverines. Giving it up to Sokol. Out on the three-point line. Giving it up to Nick Rodriguez. Now into Sokol. Inside for 2 more. Now has 4 points in the game. As Wolverines again doing a full court press, trying to get the ball back. As number 1 takes it for Explorers. No foul. Rebound by the Explorers. And another 2 points for number 33, Elijah Roberts. As the game now goes to 29-16. Thomas Puente now with the ball. Oh, crossover move on his defender. Passing now to David Fernandez. Driving inside, takes it in. No foul call.
And Fernandez.
A technical foul on David Fernandez.
He was not happy that there was no foul call on the previous play. And Columbus will be shooting technical free throws.
We've been seeing that with David Fernandez throughout this whole season. I mean, every time he doesn't get a call his way or if Belen's not doing too well, he'll probably get a little hot and he'll do something like that. And it costs Belen some points, but I mean, he's still a great player nonetheless.
It's almost Jimmy Butler-esque. He might be the leader of the team, but at some times he complains to the ref, and this ref was not having it.
Columbus now inbounding the ball. On top of the key for Columbus, number 21, RJ Lewis. Passing up to number 20, now to 22. Columbus now trying to run out the clock here. Passing it inside, trying to get a shot up and a foul. Doesn't go. Sokol now with the rebound. Passing up to David Fernandez. Sorry, Danny Fernandez.
Fernandez uses a spin move to get inside, dribbles back out.
Fakes the pass out to Nick Rodriguez. Now Tomas Puente driving inside. Gets a layup. Sokol now with a rebound. And a good go. 6 points for Josh Sokol with an offensive rebound. Explorers now driving inside. Easy bucket for the Explorers. As now we see Thomas Puente. Screen by Coble. Pass inside to Sokol, but tipped by the Explorers.
And a foul called on number 21, RJ Luis. Correction, on number 33. That would be Michael Roberts.
Elijah Roberts. Josh Cole.
Checking in for the Explorers, number 5, Luke Penny.
Josh Cole now on the line for the second free throw. And he doesn't get it to go. Columbus now with the ball. With 57 seconds counting down this second quarter. Columbus with a 13-point lead, 32-19. And number 5, Luke Penny, who just tried. Thomas Puente steals the ball, driving up court for the Wolverines. Kicks it inside to Sokol.
Puts it up.
And it's no good as it hung on there for 3 seconds.
And Columbus calls timeout with just under 28 seconds to go in this first half.
It's a full timeout.
Full timeout by the Columbus. And now we see Belen now coming back slowly but surely in the second quarter. Still the lead is in double digits, but as we're inching towards this, the end of the first half here, we're seeing that Belen's now getting some more points up. they're trying to get off things going on offense, and it seems like they are.
Yeah, definitely. They've been able to score double what they scored in the first quarter already. Um, but mainly the points in transition that Columbus is getting at this rate, because Belen is playing the full court press, Columbus seems to be breaking it fairly easily and is able to score right back every time Belen strikes.
As we've seen, Columbus has taken advantage of a lot of turnovers by Belen, and has gotten a lot of points off turnovers, and that's how they've gotten this lead. They've stretched the lead out to 13 points. Still a double-digit lead from the end of the first, but still, if Columbus keeps this momentum going, I mean, this game is going to be out of reach even by the end of the third quarter.
Potentially, yeah. They were up by 10 at the end of the first, and they've only been able to score 3 more than the Wolverines at this point, but the Wolverines need to start scoring points and forcing turnovers if they want to get back into this game.
As we now see Columbus just trying to run out the clock here for the end of the second quarter. 15 seconds now, as we see him just passing around, trying
Middleton
to get a floater.
with a floater, and
Number
it's
1.
good.
As now we see Belen driving up. Danny Fernandez now trying to get a shot up. 2 seconds, 1, no good, but a foul on the way up. They're going to give him 2 free throws before the end of the first half here.
The foul on number 21, RJ Luis' second, team's ninth.
They put 0.3 of a second back onto the clock.
On the line, shooting number 10, Daniel Fernandez.
Danny Fernandez misses the first free throw. Danny Fernandez now with the second free throw attempt.
He misses
In and
the
out,
second.
and it's the end of the first half here.
The Columbus Explorers are up 34-19.
The Explorers 34, the Wolverines 19.
So far in this game, we've seen a lot of Columbus. They've been basically taking over this game by storm, offensively and defensively, getting points off of turnovers. They're now leading the game 34-19. What have you seen so far in this game?
Well, there's 2 things that explain Columbus's 15-point lead. Firstly, their ability to force turnovers and score points off the turnovers, stretching the court. And secondly, even when they miss the ball, miss the shots, they've had plenty of second chance opportunities in which they've scored. And honestly, if Belen's going to play the defense and force a missed shot, they need to get the rebound, because if not, this game's going to be out of reach very quickly.
Yeah, and as we've seen, the leading scorer for Belen, Danny Fernandez and Joshua Sokol, they both were getting going in the second quarter there. David Fernandez getting out of the game due to a technical foul call. One more and he could be ejected. Columbus, yeah, a lot of diverse shooting. A lot of the players are getting going. A lot of the players are on a little bit on a hot streak. So far, we've seen a lot of Columbus, not so much Belen. Second quarter that needs to change. Johnson needs to find something different in the offense and just figure out how to get some more points off of the board.
Yeah, and it's tough for Chachi because it's not one player for Columbus that's scoring a lot. They've been pretty balanced. They've had a couple guys hit threes, and obviously they have Elijah Roberts in the middle of the paint that's been getting the second chance opportunities, and he's been able to score off of them.
Well, that's going to be the recap of the first quarter. We'll be back in 9 minutes to give you the second half coverage. See you soon. Now the second quarter is beginning as the Wolverines take possession. Lineup for the Wolverines: David Danny Fernandez, Thomas Puentes, Segurola, and Sokol. The starting lineup. The start of the game is now back in for the Wolverines. Thomas Puente now dribbling at the wing, passing it out to David Fernandez at the top of the key. Takes up a screen by Sokol, fakes a shot, passing it out to his brother, Danny Fernandez, now at the wing, passing it back to David Fernandez. In the paint, Sokol open for 2 points. Good start to the game in the second half.
That's something that they probably had drawn up at halftime, it was noticeable that Columbus actually stayed on the court during halftime. Belen came out with potentially 2 minutes left. They stayed in the locker room for a much longer time. I wonder what Chachi was telling them.
As now we see Columbus now giving it up with the ball, and it is Belen ball.
Exactly what they have to do to get back into this game.
So far the game plan is working. Whatever they chalked up at halftime, it seems to be working now early on.
The team seems...
Thomas Puente running up the court now.
They definitely seem more energized than they did in the first half.
Trying to size up his defender, looking for an open man. Whistle call by the refs. It's going to be a foul on number 20 for the Explorers. Inbound for Belen.
On number 20, Alex Perez is second. First team foul in the third quarter. Scotty Middleton checks in for Columbus.
David Fernandez now inbounding for Belen. Giving it up to Diego Segurola. Now to Sokol in the midcourt. Back to Segurola. To Danny Fernandez now driving in the paint.
Segurola.
To Segurola now. Sizing up. Thomas Puente now at the top of the key. Back out to the corner. Danny Fernandez for 3. No good. As the Explorers get the rebound. Explorers in the corner for 3. No good, and the rebound goes to the Wolverines. Joshua Cole with the rebound. Passes up to Segurola. Now driving up the court. Loses the ball. Another turnover for the Wolverines as the Explorers look to take advantage. And a foul on the way up on David Fernandez. He is not like that call.
And David Fernandez has to be careful with what he complains about to the refs, as he already has a technical, one more, and he will be sent out of the game.
He is quintessential to this Wolverines offense. If they lose him, there's no telling what the Wolverines would lose in this game. As the Columbus Explorers make their first free throw, driving the lead up to 14 points. And the Explorers take advantage of both of their free throws, making both. Now we see David Fernandez taking it up for Belen.
That was the first time tonight that we've seen both free throws made on a shooting foul.
David Fernandez driving into the paint and didn't get the ball to go in. As you see the Explorers now taking it up. 34, passing it out to number 1, but now, foul, travel by the Explorers.
It's going to be Belen basketball on their own baseline.
Thought for sure they would have called an offensive foul, but travel. Nonetheless, we get the ball. David Fernandez now giving it to Thomas Puente.
As you can hear the senior section of Belen starting to get into the game there.
A lot more energy from this crowd and this team heading out of the first half. As you can see, Danny Fernandez now taking the 3. Good to go. Danny Fernandez with 9 points in the game.
He leads the Wolverines as of now.
As the scoring leader for the team. So you see the Explorers trying to figure out what they're going to do on offense here. Into the paint, and 1 for the Explorers. They were able to get the easy score there again. As we saw at the end of the second quarter, the 2-3 zone didn't work, and we saw that the Explorers were able to get like 6 to 8 points there at the end of the second half, or first half, sorry.
Yeah, the off-ball cutting for the Explorers at the end of the first half was very good. They were able to get in between the person who plays in the middle of the zone and the people who plays on the wings, and they were getting easy baskets there.
As you see David Fernandez now trying to take up screens. Puts a move on his defender, driving in the paint. Kick out to Thomas Puente for 3 at the wing, and it's good to go. we're seeing more life out of this Belen Wolverines offense. As the Explorers now taking it up the paint, blocked inside by Segarola. Great block by the Wolverines, as now we see a little bit of a momentum change. David Fernandez looking for an inside player. Kick out to Thomas Puente again for three. No good. The Explorers taking it up the court, out in the corner. Out to the wing now. Mid-court up to number one on top of the key. No good. Rebound by Danny Fernandez.
Fernandez pushing the ball down the court.
Taking a slow tempo here for the Wolverines offense. David Fernandez now driving in, takes a move on his defender. Thomas Puente now in the corner. Sizing up his defender. Driving it in. Kick out to Danny Fernandez as it gets tipped and stolen by number one of the Explorers. And a dunk for the Explorers. Sokol for three in the corner, no good.
Oh.
And it almost gets tipped in by the Explorers as the Explorers take it up the court. And it's going to be a
Offensive
charging
foul.
by number 21, RJ Lewis. 41-27, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in here in the third quarter.
Number 21, RJ Luis. That's his third personal, second team foul. Nick Rodriguez and Daniel Del Riesco check in for the Wolverines.
You see two changes here on the floor for the Wolverines as Segarola and Sokol come out of the game for Nick Rodriguez and Danny Del Riesco. So now we see David Fernandez taking it up for the Wolverines. Down 14 points with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. They need to get the scores up. As we see Thomas Puente now at the wing, passing out to David Fernandez in the corner. Driving it in, kicking out to his brother Danny Fernandez now, driving in again to Del Riesco for the floater. It's good.
And Belen is back into the full court defense that they had at the end of the first half.
As we see Columbus taking it in. Number one kicks it out to number 34 at the corner. Columbus now taking it up inside, and it's good for two more. David Fernandez now taking it up. Passing it to Nick Rodriguez, looking for an open man. Passing it up to Thomas Puente on the wing. To Danny Del Riesco. On the wing is Fernandez. Trying to figure out the offensive play. Drives in instead. Kicks it out to Nick Rodriguez, passing it up to Danny Fernandez. Driving it inside, and no foul call. As the Explorers are taking it up the court. Almost stolen twice, and a three by the Explorers is no good. As the Wolverines are taking it up the court, Thomas Puente slowing down the tempo. David Fernandez takes it in, and they're going to call the foul on David Fernandez. Or sorry,
The foul on the Explorers, number 33.
on 33.
Roberts, is third personal.
It's going to be Elijah Roberts, his third foul of the game. David Fernandez at the line shooting too.
Fernandez shooting 2 shots.
43-29 still. 2 minutes pending here in the third quarter. David Fernandez makes his first free throw.
Explorers substitution, DJ Courtney checks in, replacing number 34, Robertas Tavares.
David Fernandez now taking his second free throw. And it's no good. Rebounded by Elijah Roberts. Now taking up the court is number 20 for the Explorers.
And David Fernandez has had success drawing fouls, but not as much success at shooting the free throws.
He's not, Belen and Columbus both not so good at the stripe tonight. Not making many free throws and not taking advantage of the points given to them. So you see the Explorers trying to take an advantage in the inside, and it is
A
out
foul.
on the wall. Sorry.
A foul called on number 33, Daniel Del Riesco.
Number 33, Daniel Del Riesco, his third personal.
Third personal foul for Del Riesco. See Columbus inbounding the ball. Number 1, number 22 on the key. Number 10 in the wing, passing it up to
Number 33, Elijah
corner.
Roberts, stuck in the corner. And a timeout called by the Explorers.
Explorers, it's a 30-second timeout.
And so far in the third quarter, we've been able to see the offense score a lot more points than they did in the first half. But the defense is just giving up too much for the offense to be able to come back.
Yeah, it's been the same story all game long. The defense hasn't been as aggressive as it should be. The full court press has been working to some extent, but as far as the game goes, the defense for the Wolverines has to be more effective. It has to be more effective inside in the perimeter. Columbus has been able to get inside with a big man and being able to get easy scores off of bad reads by Wolverines, and just overall possessions, turnovers for the Wolverines, it's been all against them this entire game. The offense is starting to get going, but as the game goes along, they're just giving up more turnovers.
And it seems as every basket that the Wolverines are able to get and all the momentum that they get with the basket is given right back to the Explorers on the next possession.
As we see the Explorers now passing out to the corner, number 22, back to number 1, and back to 22 for the corner 3. No good, rebounded by Thomas Puente. Now giving it up to David Fernandez, up the court for the Wolverines, trying to drive in, almost loses the ball, looking for an open man, passing it up to Danny Del Riesco in the corner for a 2, no good, as the Explorers rebound it.
The foul called on Thomas Puente. It's going to be a loose ball foul.
The foul on the Wolverines, number 12, Tomas Puente, is first personal, 4th team foul.
You see the Explorers now up 13 points, nearing the end of the third quarter. Only have 55 seconds left. So you see almost a steal by the Wolverines, and kick out to the wing. Number 22 for 3, no good, as Thomas Puente kicks it out, and bad decision by the Explorers
It seemed
trying to get the ball back.
as if Thomas Puente was the one that deflected the ball out of bounds. And the Explorers tried to save it, ending up in Wolverine basketball.
Sikola in now for Danny Del Riesco. So you see David Fernandez driving it up. David Fernandez in the paint, taking it up with the floater. It is good.
David Fernandez, 43-32, Explorers.
43-32, Explorers are up. They give up the ball. Bad pass by the Explorers. As the Wolverines now will take over. With just 18 seconds left here in the third quarter, they're going to try and take advantage, try and get another score up, trying to get the momentum back in this game.
Yeah, and go into the fourth quarter with only to make it a single-digit lead.
Dave Fernandez now taking it up. Passing it up to Nick Rodriguez, 6 seconds left. Thomas Puente now trying to dribble up the court. Coughs it up to Skull inside, 1 second. No good, as it's the end of the third quarter here at the Watsco Center.
With the score, Explorers 43, Wolverines 32.
As we now see, the Explorers are still up by double-digit lead, 43-32. Belen offense, it has been clicking. It's been clicking so far in the third quarter. They've been getting good points up. The defense, however, hasn't been as effective. And some of the turnovers that the Belen Wolverines have made, the Columbus Explorers have been able to take advantage of almost every single one of these turnovers.
Yeah, and the Belen defense is normally averaging around 50 points allowed per game, and they've allowed 43 through 3 quarters with 8 minutes left to go. So this is a game that they're going to have to go into a full-court press and force turnovers to try to get momentum and the lead back. And the offense has to hit shots when they get open, when they get opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. The small ball lineup that they had in nearing the end of the second quarter kind of worked a bit in their advantage. It's not usual to put in a small ball lineup against a team that's, outsizing you out in height. They have the height advantage, and basically the Wolverines at the end of the second quarter used a small ball lineup, and it worked. Maybe a similar scheme here would help them with 8 minutes left in this game try and get back this lead.
Yeah, here they're playing with one big, and the whole thought about the whole small ball lineup against the big lineup is they play on the perimeter, and they're hoping that they are faster than the opponent, and they're trying to get perimeter shots and getting their shooters open.
As we see the Columbus Explorers taking advantage of a bad defensive possession by the Wolverines. 2 points up for the Explorers, 45-32. As we see now, Wolverines taking it up court. Danny Fernandez now with the ball. Passing it up to David Fernandez. In the paint now with Sokol. Sizing up his defender. Takes it up. No good. Rebound Explorers. And they have a little bit of momentum here on this possession. 33, Elijah Roberts takes it in. And they count the and one basket. This is not how the Wolverines wanted to start this quarter.
Columbus Explorers is going to take a 15-point lead, potentially 16 pending the free throw.
Mario Cobo now in for Nick Rodriguez, number 5. Elijah Roberts misses his only free throw. Rebound to Cole. To David Fernandez, now to Thomas Puente on the wing. Danny Fernandez now at the top of the key. Takes the three-pointer. No good. As he and
a foul call on the Wolverines. It's going to be number 32.
Foul on number 32.
Josh Seacole.
Josh Seacole, his 4th personal foul.
That's his 4th foul of the game.
16 foul.
the Explorers taking it up court. Have a lot of open men. Number 20 now taking it in. Passing it out to number 1. Tries to get the foul call. Thomas Puente now taking it up for the Wolverines. Passing it up to David Fernandez. Fakes the three-pointer, now takes the three at the wing, and bang!
And that
As
cuts
he has
down
10 points in the game, cutting the lead to just 12.
That cuts down the Columbus lead.
And another steal by the Wolverines. Thomas Puente again to David Fernandez for another three, no good.
It's a foul called on Thomas Puente. And Columbus is now in the bonus. So for the next 6.5 minutes, they'll be shooting free throws on any foul.
Alex Perez is on the line. Shooting 1-1.
The Wolverines need to see that out. Focus on getting any bad free throw shooters, fouling them instead of fouling the guards. Primarily in basketball, you never want to foul the guards because they're usually really good free throw shooters. So the Wolverines need to focus on that if they're ever going to foul at the end of this quarter.
Well, with this amount of time remaining, the Wolverines don't want to foul at all.
Exactly.
They need to play full court press, and they need to keep the pressure on Columbus. And any misstep that they have, they need to take advantage of it.
Danny Fernandez almost gets the basket for the Wolverines as it's out on Segurola trying to get the rebound. Inbound for the Explorers, number 20. Guarded by 12, Thomas Puente. Number 1 now taking it in for the Explorers. Easy bucket for Elijah Roberts. Blocked from behind by Mario Coble.
And Columbus retains possession of the basketball. Columbus was able to split that the full court press relatively easily. And that's due to the fact that they're playing full court press, but it does not seem like they're trying to trap the Columbus point guard, Alex Perez.
I think they're just trying to pressure them, trying to make them make a bad decision on offense, trying to get a turnover. As we see now, the Explorers, number 21, R.J. Lewis. Timeout by the Explorers.
On the floor, it's a full timeout. Full timeout, Explorers.
So 49-35 with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Wolverines still a little shaky on offense now.
Yeah, they definitely haven't had the start to the fourth quarter that they've wanted. They missed. David Fernandez missed a three in transition that could have swung the momentum and broke the game wide open. But instead, with a miss and a foul, 2 free throws got made, and it was basically a 5-point swing that could have gone the other way for the Wolverines.
Yeah, as we see, the Columbus Explorers have a 14-point lead on the Wolverines. That's been the same story all game, as the Explorers have had a 10-point plus lead on the Wolverines ever since the first quarter. They have to change something. They have to do more to guard inside, and they're letting easy buckets go. They're letting the easy buckets inside, and after that, the fouls. Now they're in the bonus, and now the Columbus Explorers are able to take advantage of that, and every other foul they get, they will be at the free throw line.
Yeah, they need to make sure that they're playing tough, tight defense, trying to force Columbus into turnovers without actually fouling them, because every foul that they have now is going to go against them on the scoreboard.
As the Explorers will inbound. Number 21, R.J. Lewis. Driving inside, kick out to number 34 for 3. No good, as Elijah Roberts rebounds and gets the and one call. Now a 16-point lead for the Explorers. Elijah Roberts misses the free throw. Now David Fernandez for the Wolverines, trying to get some momentum going for the Wolverines on offense. Drives in and gets the foul.
Foul on number 21, R.J. Luis, is fourth personal, fourth team foul.
So David Fernandez now
David Fernandez
getting 2 free throws.
shoots 2.
Makes the first free throw. He makes both of them, cutting the Columbus lead now to 14. As again, we see the full court press by the Wolverines.
A foul called.
Another foul call on Thomas Puente.
Foul on number 12, Tomas Puente, is third, team's ninth. On the line, number 21, R.J. Luis.
R.J. Lewis for the Explorers has been phenomenal this game. Gets the first free throw to go. As he makes both free throws.
Extends Columbus' lead to 16 points. David Fernandez taking the ball down the court, directing traffic. As Chachi is going to bring in substitutes on the next.
Mario Cobo now with the ball at the wing. Trying to look for something. Thomas Puente with the ball. Top of the key, driving in. Kick out to Cobo. Now driving in again and gets the foul on Elijah Roberts. Mario Cobo will shoot for 2, as it was a shooting foul.
Roberts is fourth personal, fifth team foul. Mario Cobo shoots 2.
Misses the first free throw.
Substitution.
As we see Secole and Danny Del Riesco.
Replacing number 3,
Sorry, Joshua Secole.
Diego Figueroa.
And he misses both free throws. This is almost rebounded by David Fernandez. And the Explorers now take it up court. Getting a good Euro step, and
Columbus
it's the
basketball.
Explorers ball. As Danny Del Riesco will be subbing in the game for Mario Cobo.
Checks in, replacing Mario Cobo. And we have a timeout on the floor. Timeout Wolverines. It'll be a full timeout.
So far in this fourth quarter, we haven't seen much different. We haven't seen any momentum switch for the Wolverines at all this quarter. They tried to get things going, and so far it's just been pure frustration.
Yeah, it's true. The Wolverines are nearly 20 points under their average for the season, and although their defense is allowing a lot of points, a lot of them is due to the offense's errors in transition, a lot of turnovers, blocks, missed free throws, and Columbus has really been able to outrun the Wolverines today.
The Wolverines just, the turnovers is killing them, and every time it seems like the Explorers always have an answer on offense. They've been always getting inside the paint. It's just too much for the Wolverines to get back from. Down 16 with 5 minutes left, possible for a comeback. They're going to have to change a lot for this to happen.
And they're definitely going to need to be able to make almost every shot that they take from now on. And one stat to notice is the Wolverines are nearly doubling the Explorers in fouls this quarter alone. Or this half. And when you're trying to come back from a deficit this large, having 9 fouls is not necessarily helpful.
As we see now, the Explorers on offense, just kickouts, trying to waste as much clock as possible. See number 20 at half court, number 21, RJ Lewis now. Almost loses the ball, and it's a foul call on David Fernandez.
Foul on number 30, David Fernandez, is 4th personal.
And now the Explorers will shoot from the stripe.
And now that was the 10th foul and a half by the Wolverines, meaning that every time a foul happens, it will not. The Explorers will now be shooting 2 instead of shooting a 1-and-1.
As the Explorers lead is now up to 18 points.
It's the largest of the nights. David Fernandez dribbling down the right wing.
18 points, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Wolverines need a miracle. Danny Fernandez now driving in. Kicking out to David Fernandez. Sizing up his defender. Down low to Danny Del Riesco. Takes it inside, misses the shot as he rebounds his own miss. Onto David Fernandez. Kick out to Thomas Puente. Takes a long 3. In and out. And it's an over the back call. Or sorry, rather. Yeah, over the back call on Joshua Sokol.
And Joshua Sokol has just fouled out of the game.
That's his 5th personal foul, 5 on Sokol.
As Columbus will take now 2 more shots at the stripe and extend this lead. Brandon Golden misses the first free throw as Nick Rodriguez will sub in for Joshua Sokol. Brandon Golden makes the second. Stretching the lead to 19 points with 4 minutes left. Wolverines now. David Fernandez driving in.
Foul, Scotty Middleton, number 1 is 1st personal, 6th team foul.
Danny Fernandez now inbounds it for Belen. A miscommunication on offense now leads to another turnover, and Nick Rodriguez gives up a personal foul to save the fast break points and potentially get the ball back.
An intentional foul.
And RJ Luis will go back to the line.
Nick Rodriguez. His 2nd personal. RJ Luis on the line.
makes the first free throw. Makes the second.
And because it was an intentional foul, they get 2 free throws and the ball back.
As the lead is now up to 21 points for the Explorers. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left as the Explorers are driving. Passing the ball around, just chewing clock out. Tip ball by Belen. David Fernandez now takes it up for the Wolverines. Takes the three, no good, brick. Danny Del Riesco takes the rebound, tries to get 2 points. Tipped by the Explorers, and they get it back. As the Explorers now are just looking to try and chew the clock out this game, and they turn the ball over. Wolverines now with the possession. Danny Fernandez taking it up court, tries to put a move on him. Nick Rodriguez fakes the three, drives it into Danny Del Riesco, and it's a charging foul on Del Riesco as the Explorers will now take over. This is not how the Wolverines chalked up this half. Definitely gone the opposite direction for them, and it's been that way this whole game.
Yes, and the offensive frustrations continue to be seen with another foul on the Wolverines.
As RJ Lewis is trying to pass it up court, gives it up to number 34, the Explorers. Are just trying to chew the clock out this game. Number 21, RJ Lewis. Passes it inside to number 34, tries to get a foul. And a tip in for the Explorers, drives the lead to 23 points with just 2:48 left. As Danny Fernandez tried to make a move, and he loses the ball in the process. And a foul on number 10, Brandon Golden.
Substitutions for the Explorers.
The Wolverines are going to shoot 1 and 1 right now. Daniel Fernandez at the stripe.
Shooting 1 and 1.
He makes the free throw.
Gets himself another opportunity.
Number 4, Adrian Delgado, checks in for the Wolverines.
And Belen is starting to check in some of the reserve players
Number 2, Angel Caballero.
to get them some valuable minutes.
Hey, Fernandez with the second free throw. Makes it. Cutting the lead to just 21.
And all 5 Wolverine starters are now on the bench.
As we see now the reserves for the Wolverines. The future of the varsity team, possibly. As we see the Explorers now driving it up. Explorers and a foul call.
That's going to be 2 shots for the Explorers.
On number 23, Sebastian Lazo.
And it seems as if Columbus has done the same. All 5 of their starters are now on the bench.
Yeah, it seems like this game is way too out of reach for the Wolverines to try and climb back from. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter as the Explorers missed the first free throw. The Explorers are up by 21 points. It seems insurmountable at this point. The Wolverines should just start resting their starters, putting in the reserves, giving them a little bit of experience. Let's see how that works out as the Explorers now drive the lead to 22 points.
Columbus is going to go with a full court pressure.
Number 4 for the Wolverines. It's
Adrian
fouled.
Delgado draws the foul.
Foul on number 4, Jacob Otero.
He'll be shooting 1 and 1.
First personal, 8th team foul. Adrian Delgado.
makes the first free throw. Delgado, 2 for 2 at the stripe. Explorers now driving up the court. Dribbling past defenders, almost on the way up. Loose ball picked up by the Explorers, and now a foul call on the Wolverines. Number 2, Angel Caballero. We're sorry, hang on.
Foul on number
23, Sebastian Alonso.
His second personal.
Explorers missed the first free throw. Makes the second.
That may be the one thing that Columbus has not done well tonight, shooting free throws.
And another turnover by the Wolverines. Explorers ball 62-41 with 2:07 left in the fourth quarter. Yep, this game is definitely out of reach for the Wolverines.
Yeah, at this point, Coach Chachi's mindset is shifting. It goes from a potential comeback to trying to get minutes for players who can make an impact on varsity next year or even later in this year.
Definitely want to give them the experience. And playing at the Watsco Center is definitely an experience in itself, as they do this every year. It's a tradition here at Belen. You play at the Watsco Center, to have this rivalry game at the Watsco Center. And every one of these players get the chance to play on the court before this game, actually. I saw a couple of snaps and a couple of videos from their practices early on in the week. On Tuesday, them practicing, them getting used to the feel of it, the feel of the arena, the feel of the court. And it's a great way for them to experience what it would be like at the college level if they ever get to the D1 schools and all that.
It's definitely a very different feel from playing at Belen or playing at Columbus. Just even the structure of the seating, it's very different because you have seats on all sides. You have a couple of different three-point lines, but then at the same time you don't have volleyball lines to the courts. So definitely it's good for them to practice to get the feel of the actual court.
So Wolverines, again, couldn't convert on an offensive possession. Commits another foul, again by Sebastian Lazo.
It's going to be his second foul. The Explorers will be shooting 2.
It seems like the rest of this game, Columbus is just going to shoot the clock out. They know they won. It will be another devastating loss for the Wolverines. Second year in a row that they lose at the varsity level here at the Watsco Center to the Columbus Explorers. So Columbus makes the second free throw. Number 44 out in the corner, shoots for 3. It is good. Raj Kimlani. So the Explorers are driving up the court, passing it out to the corner. Inside, good for 2. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter as another foul is committed by the Explorers.
And the Explorers have been able to dominate the Wolverines through and through tonight. Their starters outscoring the Wolverines, and their reserves outscoring the Wolverines as well.
So number 4, Adrian Delgado, makes his first free throw. And he banks on the second. .50 seconds and counting left in this game as the Explorers are dribbling out the ball. Now driving inside, missing the layup attempt. Rebound by number 4, Adrian Delgado, driving it up court. Pass out to Angel Caballero. Now back to Delgado. Out to number 1, Justin Jaro. To Raj Gemlani. No good as the Explorers rebound. 25 seconds left in this game, 66 to 48. They're just going to dribble this one out. No, as the 24 takes it inside, no foul call. 6 seconds, 5. And the game is over. The Columbus Explorers win the game against the Belen Jesuit Wolverines, 66 to 48. Dominant performance by the Explorers all game long. The Wolverines couldn't get anything going. It was a massacre.
Yeah, it was a domination on both sides of the floor. Columbus was able to force a bunch of turnovers, and they were able to score a lot of transition points against the Wolverines, which really hindered the chances of the Wolverines to make a comeback there in the second, third, and fourth quarters.
Yeah, the Wolverines tried to mount a comeback, but they just couldn't. So many offensive possessions that just went out. They couldn't get any points up, and overall, the Wolverines were a little bit shaky on offense and just allowing way too much on defense.
Yeah, definitely. Their zone was picked apart by the Explorers' offense, and it seemed as if they were out hustled, they were out rebounded, they were simply outplayed, and potentially outcoached too.
Yeah, 66-48 is the outcome. Columbus Explorers win here at the Watsco Center. I'm Andres Fernero.
And I'm Alfredo Diaz.
Signing off. Good night, Wolverines.